Hi everyone, my name is Everett and I am the self-proclaimed UFC superfan. For those of you who have never watched my videos before or my channel, I do everything UFC and MMA related. So a lot about collectibles, autographs, just random things about the UFC Expo, UFC Fan Expo. Usually those are what my videos revolve around. This video, I want to do everything about the 2016 Fan Expo. This is one of the programs from a few years ago. Anyways, so what is the Fan Expo? And I'll show just some of the different things from the last couple of years as I talk. But the Fan Expo is basically a gathering of everything MMA related. Most people attend because of the photo ops and the signings with these fighters here. It's the only place I think where there's basically all these fighters gathered. There's photo ops, there's Hall of Fame inductions, there's fighter panels. They have a lot of amateur MMA and wrestling type tournaments, which is interesting if that's kind of up your alley. They also have about 20 different booths from different vendors like Electronic Arts, Toyo Tires, Zions, and just a handful of other UFC sponsored brands. This year is a little bit, and this app is running really slow, so this is last year's app. They changed from paper programs and paper kind of schedules to this app, and basically it runs really slow, and it's all based upon how fast your speed is and whatnot, but it just kills my battery. So they have the schedule. So it looks like last year Dominic Cruz was signing at Friday, July 10th at noon time. And they showed each fighter and their schedule, so that was pretty cool. But anyways, this year is different. So this year is going to be 3 days instead of 2 days. The prices have also gone up from, I think it was $60 last year for general admission to $100, which, unless you have a lot of money to throw around, then, take it for what it is. They also have the different levels of tickets. The Ultimate VIP is at the top of the food chain. It's essentially, it grants you line cutting access and access to kind of the backstage green room. So that's really cool. If I had $3,000 to throw around, I'd definitely purchase it. Myself, I got the Elite package. So used to be $250, now it's $300 plus the stupid service fee, which sucks. But anyways, this grants you 1 hour early access into the expo, which can be really useful to beat a lot of the crowds and lines. I've been to the last 4 to 5 expos. I think, in my humble opinion, it has gone down a little bit, considering that there's less fighters. It seems like there's less fighters year after year, and there's much less booths and vendors, which sucks. So this was my first one, 2010, and I actually just wanted to show you what it looked like. So this was the entire floor, and no joke, there's probably, just to take a quick zoom in, all of the different booths, which is crazy. There's like, I would say there's probably at least 50 to 60, maybe even 70 booths here. Last year there was about 20 or so. What happened was the Reebok deal. So the Reebok deal made it so no other clothing company could do any business at the expo. So companies like Headrush, Affliction, Torque, they were basically see you later, so they weren't able to attend. So it was just like Reebok and the ones I mentioned. So it was just a lot less, a lot less. 2012 Vegas autograph schedule, so pretty packed. A lot of fighters and a lot of attendees, and it's interesting because in this app they showcase, hey, there's like all these fighters attending and stuff, but in reality a lot of these people are actually fighting that weekend, so they're not actually there at the expo. So it's a little bit misleading. But one of the things I wanted to show you guys was some of the pictures from last year. So they had cameras set up at each station, which made it a little bit more efficient and convenient, but some of the cameras were malfunctioning, which sucks, and they kind of frowned upon you guys using your own camera. So they wanted to make it so you just use their camera. But some pretty cool pictures. Decent quality too of the camera. They had DSLRs for the cameras, so quality was decent. It's decent. So just some. This was 2014. You can see the logos. So they had the different clothing companies. You see like Torque, Jacko, Venom. It's like all the Brazilian fighters were there. Tap Out, Affliction were there. So it was pretty packed, but less and less last year. My thoughts are that it sucks that there's less vendors and less fighters, but I think a mediocre fan expo is better than no fan expo. So I will take it, and I mean, it's still a fun time, but just less fighters. It's just slightly less enjoyable. I'll probably be doing more videos as we get closer to the expo. They're actually a little bit behind schedule, considering it is already almost May, and they just released tickets today. So I'm hopeful they get on their game, and they start releasing stuff a little bit sooner, schedules and whatnot. But I wouldn't be surprised if things come out pretty late. Anyways, feel free to hit me up, ask questions. Again, I don't work for the UFC or the event at all, but I'm happy to help. Just general questions, and just make sure people have a good time out there. Yeah, that's it. UFC Superfan out.